Click Stuff is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at luckydicecafe.com.
Welcome to Click Stuff.
Hey everybody, welcome to Click Stuff today. This is your host, Daniel Powell, speaking. Just want everybody to know that Click Stuff is brought to you by trollandtoad.com. Today, when this episode is going to release, it's June 1st. We're just 4 short days away from June 5th and the release of Black Panther and the Illuminati set. Use coupon code ClickStuff for 5% off your HeroClix purchases at Troll and Toad. And feel free to check out patreon.com/clickstuff. Help support the channel, the podcast. We got some exclusive classes going on at $5 a month and above. And anything $1 and above helps support the podcast and get you entered into Patreon exclusive giveaways. So joining me today is my regular co-host Jason Alvey.
Hello.
And recurring special guest Jay the Head Rock Judge Solomon.
Hi.
So we're just a few days out from Origins, fellas. And for two-thirds of us, that's a sad thing. Not really sad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I wish I was going to be there, but
yeah, my attendance is highly dependent on the activities of the next few days.
I'm pretty sure I'll be wiping birthday cake off of a small child that day.
So he'll be two, right?
He will be 2 years old on the Saturday of Origins.
So, well, nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely not.
Just like I said, in a few more years, he'll be going and playing BRs with us.
Well, let's hope.
So, Jay, you're going to be there and in full volunteer mode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always exciting. You always, I know being a volunteer is a lot of work, but you also get to, enjoy the atmosphere of the competition without having to, stress about the competition.
Yeah, for sure. I find it very fun to get to watch all sorts of games and stuff.
And if you get to demo, you get to show off cool games all weekend.
Yeah, they're also pretty good. I've absolutely bought games that I've demoed and I've had a lot of fun with. The one I had at PAX Bamuntu was really, really good. Really liked the designer of that one. That was quite a fun one, but generally HeroClix is preferred if possible, but there's definitely nothing wrong with demoing.
Sure. So, speaking of gnats, let's talk about Worlds.
Yay! Something we can go to.
Yeah, so, WizKids let us know that Worlds will be Friday, September 6th through Sunday, September 8th in good old Memphis, Tennessee, the home of Elvis. I mean, probably not his actual home, but where Elvis was famous for. HeroClix World Championship, Team World Championship, Dice Masters World Championship, and Star Trek Attack Wing World Championship will be there. Premier events and numerous side events, lots of stuff to purchase. Lots of convention exclusives to win and promos to win. So they don't quite have where it's at published yet. But as a lot of folks have deduced online, including myself from some Googling, there's no convention going on in Columbus. In Memphis that weekend. So it looks like the Worlds of 2019 will be its own HeroClix only thing, or I should say WizKids only thing, because Dice Masters and Attack Wing is a thing. But
So it's a WizKids convention.
Yeah, it's a WizKids convention. So how exciting is 72 hours of WizKids all the time?
That sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah.
Now, here's what my thought is. Guys, we didn't get Rock Cup at the hotel last year. Now, that was kind of one of the negative folks that talked about. If this thing's at a convention center with a hotel attached, dude, it's like Rock World Championships, but the WizKids version.
That would be pretty sweet.
You're going to be in the hotel. There's going to be Clix players there, in the lobby, at the bar, ready to play all the time. Now, we don't have any details yet, but I can just go ahead and throw out my hope that they're going to be running things 24/7.
Oh, that was a good one.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say just immediately shoot it down. I mean, I don't know if I would hold out the word hope, but, I mean, if it's going to be in their own center, they have rights to the room, if they can get the volunteers to run it, they might. I mean, it's up to them to be able to make the money back, right, for renting the facility. So the more BRs you run, the more profit you make back to pay for the facility.
Let's hope they just don't cut them off at like 6 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure. I would have to hope that they would do a little later than that.
Yeah. So if I'm hoping for 24/7, you're hoping later than 6. I don't know. BRs till 10 o'clock.
Yeah. They should have like a giant pit full of boosters we can just go swimming in too, right?
Oh, don't even talk about my Donald Duck dream. Or was it? No, it's not
Scrooge
Donald.
McDuck.
Scrooge
McDuck?
My Scrooge McDuck dream. I think boosters would be easier to swim through than a pile of gold coins.
Yeah, just like boosters from various eras, just all in one giant pit. We can just do a backstroke in.
Oh, no.
Who knows?
I want to make like a booster angel.
There you go.
Man, that would just... I would pay money for that. I'd buy some tickets for that.
Yeah, feel free to use our idea.
No charge. No charge.
Yeah, no royalty fees.
Yeah. So, this is one of those things that has already caused some folks to be a little upset or whatever. But here's what I would say. Folks that can drive to Memphis are going to be a lot happier. But folks that fly to Memphis, go onto Google Flights. I just checked a certain sample of flights from leaving from on Thursday and coming back on Monday, and these are round trip prices. So where Jay's at in Toronto, Canada, $288. LAX was $228. New York City's $245. Seattle, Washington, for our Pacific Northwest listeners, $236. And then $258 from Mexico City. So how that varies with, Philly, for me, flying to Philly, my tickets to Philly were close to $500. But I'm not coming out of a major city. So, these flights are certainly cheaper than some of the folks from the Midwest that had to fly into Philly last year. So, plan out some of the travel. You got to be in the city of Memphis, and you arrive on Thursday and fly out on Monday, or fly out late Sunday, whatever you want to do. And we've got the WizKid. Let's just call it WizKids Con 2019.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, I don't
It's
know.
practically in our backyard. What more could we ask for?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in our backyard. It's like 6-ish hours from Chicago. Dallas, it's like 5 hours from the Florida's like 5 hours away, Atlanta's 5 hours away. So those are huge population centers that it's close to. So I'm excited. I'm not just excited that's in my backyard. I'm excited that it's announced, and I'm really excited that it's its own thing. People may not share the opinion that 72 straight hours of WizKids would be a great thing, but I'm in. Bathe me in those boosters. And there's our episode title right there. So, speaking of Bathe Me in boosters, we are 4 days out from Black Panther. We have the whole set. Every one of us have been to some pre-releases. I've played in a win a map with them already. And let's do a set review, fellas.
All right, let's get it on.
And then we've got some questions. This is a big set. Lots of things to talk about for casual and competitive. So I think we'll just kind of go through every figure and say if we want to talk about it or not.
Sure.
So
sounds fine.
Let's just start out. Common Iron Man. Before we start on that one, I would say Jay posted the links to all of his primers in the Facebook group. So with Nats coming up, let's talk about also team sealed, if this is something to look at for team sealed. Common Iron Man. I think if you're pulling this guy into your sealed pack or your Team Nats pack, you probably had some pretty cruddy pulls overall. I think he's definitely towards the lower end. And if you guys agree or disagree, just holler out.
Why do you have a problem with a common that has 11 attack, 4 damage, starting with hypersonic speed?
Because he's too squishy.
Everything's too squishy, in your opinion.
He has like very themable key. I guess if you're talking, depends what environment you're talking about. Like
For
teams
sealed.
where you can get the standard sealed, maybe.
No, team sealed,
Yeah, team sealed. You can definitely build a theme. You can pretty much get a good map for him. Like play Edge Maze, play Galador, like so they can't get him. I don't know. I feel like he's playable with theme.
Yeah. He has really good keywords.
Yeah. Well, I give him that.
I mean, his opening stats for the common slot are really good.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you that. Common Captain Marvel 002.
She also seems great for team sealed at 45 points.
I don't know. I feel like she definitely is too squishy. I don't like it.
I don't know. 45 points, I think she's fine.
I mean, maybe, but I think she's the last 45 points you put on the team. You're not building a team around Captain Marvel.
Well, no, definitely not.
I mean, I guess if you open up like 6 Captain Marvels, that could totally be a thing. But yeah, I mean, I just think I played against Zach. Zach played her in sealed, and she was like the first thing to go.
Yeah, that's pretty much my problem.
Yeah, I mean, I forget. I think it was uncommon. What's her name? Proxima Midnight. Just got a perplex and was just like, ba-boom, get off the map, Captain Marvel.
You don't need perplex even. You can just one-shot her.
Oh, that's right. Does the Proxima have 4 damage top dial?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even worse. Yeah, it was just I didn't even need the perplex. Maybe I put the perplex into the attack. So nothing for competitive really yet. Electra.
Yeah, she's not my favorite. Especially if you only just pull one of her.
If you just pull the one of her, but if you can pull the rare,
Yeah.
if you pull like the Electra trio, is there 3 of them in here or just the two?
Yeah, there's
There's
one of
three.
each
There's
rarity,
three.
uncommon rare.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so let's just jump ahead a minute and let's just talk about Electra all at once here. So as you can shifting focus between the 3 of them. The uncommon has range. The rare's the one. So the rare's the one that is like the point denial one, right? Am I thinking of that?
Yeah, that's the one
Yes.
that doesn't die.
Yeah, so free if Electra sideline, Electra the Chast sideline active. If this character's on your sideline for a shifting focus trait, when a friendly AP or a Black Panther would be KO'd by an opposing attack, you may remove that character from the map. Instead, she isn't scored. If you do, after resolutions, you may place Electra from your sideline in that square on click 5, and Electra can't use her shifting focus trait this game. But now let's see, click 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts her on Flurry, Steel Energy, 18 defense with Regen. So
The problem is that her keywords are just, not good. And like, you're talking about an environment where you're looking for theme because it's much easier. Like, if you're doing a non-theme team, you're not doing it just for this piece. Like, you're gonna have something better for sure.
yeah, like maybe she's your team. Like maybe she's your team number 3.
Yeah, this is like you give your best player the trash team and they can make it work. But this is not like, oh man, I have all 3 Electras. I'm so happy.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. AIM. Oh, 04 Dora Milaje. I think
There's nothing to be masterminded to, or to mastermind to this in the set.
So the only thing I can think of was Warren Jin played a Wakanda themed team. All right. So I'm not going to diss any of the Wakanda keyworded characters in this set because Warren Jin will pull 7 of them. So, but still nothing really competitive here. The AIM Red Squad. So help me out here, Jason. This was during what, the 50 states of Avengers comics run?
Like Sunspot had joined the Avengers previously, and he basically took over AIM, and so now all of AIM was at their disposal, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So did they not know that they were doing good stuff all of a sudden? Like,
No, I think I didn't read that.
Bought them out or whatever.
Yeah, so he was just the boss. They didn't care. He basically was using them for good purposes, but yeah.
They're not all necessarily evil. They're just scientists, Sometimes you just gotta get an unsavory job.
Right. This was it's like the U.S. Avengers book, maybe. I think is what that played through.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense.
No, they're great. They're great support pieces for Avengers.
Yeah, they're great support pieces for Avengers in the set, right? I mean, you empower and enhancement, and if they're on a name theme team, likely Avengers, you can choose both. So there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, there should be some pretty scary teams at Worlds of like this guy, Voyager, and like multiple Medusas because, oof,
Yeah,
that's like nothing above a rare there, nothing above uncommon there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Let's see. 06, another Dora Milaje. And then the Wakanda Scientist. I mean, ugh. I'm not, again, I don't see anything other than the Wakanda +7 Wakanda theme team.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, there's no support powers yet. I mean, none of these guys have, a top dial perplex or anything like that. Now, 008 Nakia does have Perplex starting out. And then she can upgrade into the Malice.
I wouldn't play Malice on her own. I would definitely play Nakia with Malice because you get a lot of clicks of life out of your 50-point investment.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just for that reason alone, right? Top dial Perplex, and you can get a lot of... And I think they come in the same booster together.
Do they?
At least I think I pulled a booster with them together. So, the 009 Black Panther, same idea here. If you can replace it with the White Tiger, then I think you get a lot of use out of your 50-point investment as well. The Shield Diplomat?
So good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's just you kind of have to play around with the Perplex thing, but like it's very easy to make it not matter. Like if you're perplexing a defense at the end of your turn, you don't care to up somebody's defense or like up a damage and they're pushed, like whatever. It doesn't actually matter. It's as close to not mattering on a negative as I've ever seen. You can very easily play around it.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the 18
and also.
And
I would just pay the 20 points with 18 defend and shield team ability. Like any one thing that this dude does is pretty much fine on its own.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If only he had leadership that could remove from any character. I'm just kidding.
That's a Daniel Powell.
I just want him to be Prez Rickard too. So, Prez Rickard's 18 defend, right? It's not over the top, but man, it's just that one little point makes a big difference. Makes a noticeable difference in a lot of things.
Or it can be essentially 2 if it's like a Groot or whatever. Then you're getting an 18 plus, or I don't know, something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
I feel like this is the closest we've seen to competitive so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
easily. 11 Scott Lang.
Pretty good and sealed. Make people tiny to get carried around is good.
Yeah, I mean, that's just good for taxiing folks up. So, nothing wrong with that. Crystal. So, I thought Crystal was pretty garbage, but it turns out I just wasn't playing her correctly.
You just had a bad figure, right?
Nope, I was just playing it wrong.
Oh, your dial type wasn't incorrect.
No, yep, I was just doing it wrong. So, Crystal's actually pretty good. She works really well with that become tiny Ant-Man.
Or Medusa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Medusa can carry her, or she can carry Medusa, or which one? Yeah.
Or you could have Voyager carrying a bunch of these for free Quakes.
Yeah.
They're all Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah, so super solid stuff for sealed in here, the team sealed. So it's funny. If we go to 013A and B, the Black Widows, have we ever had a common and a common prime together that were both competitive potential?
I don't think so.
I really don't think so.
And when was the last? I guess we've had some good common primes lately. Because we had Battle World, we got the common prime Thanos, who's playable multiple ways. Main Force or the other, or as an Eternal.
Red Leader.
Yeah, Red Leader.
Leader.
Yeah, and then let's see. Was there anything between Red Leader? What was AI? AI didn't have primes.
Batman had Clayface, which is okay.
Yeah, Maura McTaggart is just out. She's just out. The problem is that she's just outshined by other stuff. Which probably makes her bad, but yeah, we've had some really solid common primes. But let's talk about
Anarchy's going to rotate out, but
Yeah, that's true. Anarchy's going to rotate. And then we
What was the common prime in Earth X?
the Venom.
The Venom. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yawn
for sure. But I mean, this is probably the first common that's on the list for sure. Just Black Widow, 013A. She can start with the Space Gem. And the Space Gem gives her Passenger 2, and then if she rolls a 10, they get to do something.
You like teleport it or something with an 8? Like you just throw them you Ameridroid them essentially.
Yeah, you Ameridroid them. And modify speed +1, so they're only -1 for their plus for their carry.
Yeah.
So she's the same points as Pip, and she has a perplex that comes with it. So now while she can't carry flyers like Pip can, I mean she has literally got Avengers, Shield, Cosmic. All very good competitive keywords.
I don't know if I would play her over Pip and Cosmic necessarily, but
yeah, because Pip's going to try to carry Star Fox most of the time.
and he's just so much faster.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And there's what am I trying to say? She's just good for perplex on like Samcap teams too. I mean, she's only getting 11, to whereas Overdrive and stuff is getting, further. But, I mean, there's that perplex. There's a lot to be said about that perplex, I think. I mean, Pip's going 13, and then Black Widow carrying Samcap. Well, let's see, if Pip's carrying 2 and has Samcap, he's going 14. Black Widow would be +4, so she's going. She's going 11 again, right? Am I doing that math right? Maybe 10.
+4 -2, 10.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, so she's a few short, but I don't know. I just think the perplex makes up a lot for it. I'm just real big on that perplex. But the common prime Black Widow, she seems to be just as good as Peggy Carter was.
Yeah.
I mean, better now than pretty much when Peggy was released versus new rules, but basically, yeah.
Yeah. 30 points. Free, choose an adjacent character and a standard defense power until your next turn. The chosen character can't use the defense power. Nothing about line of fire, nothing about stealth, nothing about power cosmic. She picks it, you can't use it. And she's got traded shape change and stealth, and combat reflexes. So she's not necessarily just easy to KO either at 30. Now, I had a question that I've been trying to rack my brain on. Is there any time that you'd want to turn off a defensive power on a friendly character?
Are you talking like modern or rock age shenanigans? I guess that wouldn't work.
Yeah,
standard defense.
Standard defense. Yeah, is there any time you'd want to turn off a standard defense on a friendly character?
If there was like a pulse wave or like a Dark Knight trait and you wanted them to take the damage, but like nothing I can really think of right now.
Yeah.
I was going to say Anarchy, but that obviously doesn't combo.
Right. Yeah, I was just trying to think of a situation where maybe something was protected pulse wave and you wanted to turn it off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that one, but I've been thinking about that one. There's going to be something that comes along where Prime Black Widow is going to turn off a friendly standard defense power, and it's going to make an impact.
I didn't even notice
some kind of manipulation of the dial.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that she could do that to friendlies until you mentioned that just now. Huh?
Yeah. Like, the main thing that came to my mind was, like, combat reflexes and Frogman. But then I couldn't think of anybody that had that combo that needed to be activated.
Sure, which combo?
Like Frogman with combat reflexes.
It could work. You know what? That could actually be playable with Strife. Not gonna lie.
Oh, you know what? There it is. Yep. And everyone's asking, who is Strife?
Yeah, you're gonna have to fill us in on what Strife does.
Okay. Do you want me to do it, or you got it?
I got it already up.
Okay.
So Strife has a trait called the Legacy Virus. When Strife is KO'd, choose a named keyword. Opposing characters with that keyword are dealt penetrating damage equal half their current click number. This can't be ignored. So on a, let's just say X-Men theme team with the Wolverine Swarm, you KO your own Strife, and you kill 200 points of Wolverines.
Oh, poor giant girls take 10 or whatever.
Right. Yeah, giant girls take 10 penetrating damage. I mean, things like Star Fox and that kind of stuff would take 1 or 2 maybe. But
oh, you know who really doesn't like Strife at all? Unimind.
Well, he does. So if Unimind's top click, he's fine.
Yeah.
Because he can only take 3 with Invincible. So,
sadly.
Yeah. So I did think about that. Yeah. But yeah, like all of the Retaliators on a named theme team, just take it. They just all die. But you have to KO Strife quickly. So that is typically frogmanning him off of elevation. But you have to turn... it's usually you can do it with something with like the Titano and Frogman, and I guess this Prime Widow would help that happen a little faster. But yeah, there's your trick. It's too bad that Strife's retiring in 30 days.
Wow, that's sad.
And Frogman.
Nobody's sad that Frogman's retiring, probably. Other than this one specific situation. So, let's keep going here. 014 Hulk. Is there anything other than to say, play Hulk, Hulk smash?
Not really.
I think you have to be careful because there actually is a reasonable amount of Psychic Blast in the set. But otherwise, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem.
But isn't that what I did with your, isn't that what I did to your Hulk and Sealed? I think,
yeah, you did hit him with that, yeah.
Yeah. Now, was the sculpt, I forget, was the sculpt like the old Hulk with the gun? Or
no, he's like it's like an action pose. He has like a hand on his hips and he has one in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like doing a weird
like flexing the arm
variant.
Gotcha. 015 Yellow Jacket, solid perplex, outwit, willpower, tiny, good stuff.
I just played him in pre-release tonight. He did work.
Yeah, good filler. Winter Soldier. I don't like it when my opponent can steal my character.
Yeah, he pretty much sucked.
It's not... There's no way you're playing this in teams unless your polls are just impossibly tragic.
Yeah, and he's not playable and competitive at all. Voyager. The first... was he the only common elder?
Yeah.
She.
Oh, sorry. So, in teams, you're probably not going to get her up to click 0. Unless they're playing equipment. But, so I would say look at it at click 1. That telekinesis power, super great.
Yeah.
And passenger 3, but only to share characters that she share a keyword with her, and she may carry characters with flight or giant. I didn't read the part about the giant.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so she's essentially the Optimus Prime semi-trailer of the comic world.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And that handy perplex. No, I like that a lot, actually. Oh man,
No, she's really good.
yeah, the transporter game is crazy. Pip and Black Widow and Voyager now, man. Oh my. Remember Jason
Yeah,
and Jay whenever Manifold was really good?
Yeah.
Poor
And here I thought we were going to be out of super taxis, and all of a sudden we just got a bunch.
right? So man, really only the Black Widows are playable and I think in competitive. The Voyager, yes, is likely competitive, but I don't know. I think for the cosmic role, maybe Pip, just because he's 10 points cheaper. But I don't know.
I like Outwit on a taxi. That's very compelling to me.
Yeah, Outwit on the Taxi's good. And
I mean, you can like TK through walls with her.
yeah, that's true. TK through characters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she could be worth it. And she's power cosmic, so I really dig Voyager. It's good. It's a good thing, I guess, to have this level of competition in these super taxis. Like, what super taxi do I want to play? Let's go ahead and talk about uncommons. Man, there was a lot in the common slot. Uncommon Iron Man. Can I say that he's unplayable, Jason?
Sure. Why not?
Only if you pull like a couple of them, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if I'd play him off the sideline either, because they score both of them.
I feel like that, but it's a May and it's like an emergency thing. Like if you really need it to make or break the game, it's not a thing you would normally do. It's more
it's not something you're gonna plan on doing. I mean, sure, I guess you can put it there just in case of like emergency break class, right? But
yeah, I just think it's one of those. There's so much other great stuff in the uncommon slot that if you pulled this and this was your best choice in the uncommon slot in your boosters, that's not good.
Yeah, you're probably in trouble. Well, I'm not a fan of anything where you have to roll to damage them when they come onto the map.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because you just roll a 6 and they go to their last click, essentially. So.
Yeah.
And his stats aren't. I don't know. His stats just aren't that great.
It's mediocre at best.
Mediocre stats. Which is also my complaint about the uncommon Captain Marvel. Mediocre stats.
For 100 points, yeah.
Yeah, for 100 points.
She's fine if you want to play a Dark Avengers team for fun.
Yeah.
It's a desperation play piece for sure, unfortunately.
Right. I do like that they're continuing the Justice Like Lightning trait.
Yeah.
Even though they're all retiring, but you know.
Well,
yeah, but if
you're
you're playing this for fun, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're playing it for casual at your store, it doesn't matter.
Oh, 100%. It's just funny in this context of the set's literally about to rotate.
I mean, punching through walls should be great, but Yeah. It's just saddled with a crappy figure.
Yeah. Electra, we talked about her. 21 AO. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Just my generic Wakanda statement again. This one does have leadership, so if if you need 20 points on your team in Team Sealed,
I wouldn't play it at 20. No, it's way too much of a risk. The points you save and what you're getting for the points, the opponent getting it is so bad because if you want it to be leadershiping or empowering, it's going to be close to your pieces and then it's going to like blade to you. It's way too easy to kill.
Well, I was just thinking that if you just need the 4 actions.
If you really want to do that and keep it in the starting area, I guess, but like don't expect to do anything with it other than that. In that case,
right. So AIM White Squad. I would say this. I would say that the AIM guys might make a splash in competitive in a few months after ADW retires. Or maybe even further down the road whenever TMT retires and we lose Eric Masterson.
Good point.
And, I guess at that time, too, we'll lose Giant Girls and stuff, so... but, maybe 2020 meta will be AIM squads.
So ahead of the curve.
Hey, you know what? That's my point. Let's take a sidestep onto Daniel's value corner street. This is why I always say try to collect the set as soon as possible, within reason. Stuff that's automatic that we know is obviously good. Goes early high, but get that stuff that's cheap now because it could be expensive later. Prime example.
Elite.
Foot Elite, Trey Lane, Captain Kirk Chase.
Wolverine even.
Super Rare Wolverine. Out. Yeah. I bought several Wolverines for $25, and I've sold a Wolverine for $75. Trey Lane that I pulled got me around $90 worth of stuff.
Same here recently.
So, those things if you get in early, make the investment, and just play it for fun. If it sits in the box, that's okay. But if it comes out that it's important later, you don't have to trade for it, right? Because you've got the next hotness. You've had it for a year. Because Trey Lane it's been 16 months since Star Trek came out, 2018.
End of 2017,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I had trouble completing that set because folks weren't buying it. But I got my Chase Kirk for $50. Every single one of those chases were going for $50. Kang was the most expensive one. But
yeah, I traded a bunch of Kerr stuff for Booster and got Trey Lane.
It's definitely worth looking at the fringier stuff, though. I obviously agree with that.
Yeah. So, pick up a couple of AIM squads, while they're $1. Right now, for another example, Giant Girls, I bought 10 of them for $1.99 when the set released.
First day.
Now they're $8 a piece. Not everybody needs an army of giant women, but if you want to play an army of giant women at some point, you needed to get in early.
I need a bunch of these guys just because I like army builders.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
I have fond memories of playing the AIM guys from the Incredible Hulk set.
Hey, they are good. They're still good.
Yeah, they were good.
Mm-hmm. So, next up we have 2 more Wakanda folks. And then we have Malice. which you're right. Jay is correct. Malice's trait, when Malice is KO'd after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character. If that character has the Wakanda keyword, modify its combat values -1 this game. Protected Pulse Wave. So that, what would you call that? Like unpulse waveable mystics? Protected Pulse Wave mystics? But it can be
essentially.
It can be dealt to anyone, right? It doesn't say...
Mm-hmm.
So you can get it to that weak character that you've wounded a little bit but couldn't finish off.
Sure.
And then when Malice attacks the Wakanda keyword, she gets +2 attack. So all of that.
I wouldn't play Malice except for off of Nakia though, because she just doesn't. She's way too slow. Just will get shot. But as part of Nakia, for sure.
Yeah, and the same thing with the White Tiger. So, Everett Ross is up next. So, 30 points +2 perplex. I don't see how or 30 points +1 perplex.
Plus shield.
Plus shield.
Plus shield team ability, plus willpower, plus stealth. I'm not seeing much of a downside. The 1 through 4 deal him 1 unavoidable damage, puts him on to sidestep.
I think that's more of a desperation play, or like it's a big play. Normally, I don't think you're using it for the +2. I think it's just like, oh, I have the option, sort of thing.
Well, yeah. So I think it's not, you're not using the +2 to go into your defense, right? As you're turn one-ing it.
Yeah, basically.
But if you need to go if you need to get that 6 damage Side Blast or that 13 attack off on Proxima Midnight, yeah, go for that. For sure. Black Ant. I like this guy for sealed. Oh, and I would say Everett Ross is not really playable for competitive because you can get 2 Big Tonys for 30 points. And the shield, Wakanda, or politician keyword is not going to be that relevant in competitive, probably. Black Ant. I like anything that resembles Despotellis.
Pretty hard to kill in this sealed environment, actually.
Right.
Yeah. I was very surprised he had a stop click.
Yeah. I never even used his ability to pulse wave with a range of 8 on the stop click and KO him. I mean, just on that stop click, he's 11 attack with poison and 2 damage, and he has willpower. So, like, he's just good on that click. And he's got regen, so he can potentially get off of the stop click as well. So if he turns tiny, he's got traded stealth. So if Black Ant has tiny and an opposing character begins moving while adjacent to him, after resolutions you may place him adjacent to that character. So that actually tripped you up, Jason, when we played in Sealed.
Yeah, because I thought Hulk was just going to smash this guy into the ground, and then there's a stop click.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and then the leadership thing is actually probably pretty relevant to keep him going when an opposing character rolls for leadership and the result is 1 or 2, remove an action token from Black Ant.
I slightly disagree. I think it's more you force your opponent to not use leadership.
Either way, I think either way is fine. I mean, Black Ant continuing to go is not a big deal, but because he does have willpower, but I mean, it makes sense. Let's see. So, O29A T'Challa. So let's see. It's not the uncommon that's really good, right? I mean, he's a bearer, but it's really the Prime Panther that's the big deal, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you're not going to give him a gem or a gauntlet. Like, you're not giving him a gauntlet. Like, let's not kid ourselves. But, like, any gem bearer is going to be better than him. Or even if you're not playing the gem bearer, there's going to be a better other figure to give the gem to, even just on the map or whatever.
Right, just as on the map. Yeah, I'm with you. But Prime Panther, I like this. Traded Prob, Perplex, Ancient Warlord Bystanders. When probability control, when Panther uses it after resolutions, if he was the last character to reroll that attack roll, generate an Ancient Warlord Bystander. If only we could pull Fast Forces Penguins in...
Oh, you're a bad person.
If only you could pull that in Sealed, am I right?
Oh, man.
So, and then his movement power, mind control, sidestep. When Black Panther uses mind control, he has improved targeting, elevated, hindering, and blocking. And hit characters can't use outwit or perplex until your next turn. I think that's pretty relevant too. I wish it was top loaded, but I think that's relevant.
Well, yeah, especially like if you're playing Avengers theme with like Hulk on Star Trek because you want blocking anyway. Mm-hmm. It synergizes pretty well.
Right. Mm-hmm. But he was a prime, right? So
yeah, the Black Panther that is the prime we just talked about.
Yeah, so you're not likely to get him, but I mean you could. Medusa. So Medusa is already making an impact on the winner maps and the qualifiers online that are allowing Black Panther to be used. Autonomous bystander. She has leadership, 50 points, Avengers keyword. So my favorite thing about her is when you play 3 of them, you can get 3 special object equips turn 1. Because the living hair is generated, it runs out, grabs an object, comes back, and dives next to not its generator, and drops the object for the other Medusa to sidestep and pick it up, or sidestep on top of it and equip it.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
So that's all. That's so you can get 3 Medusas equipped turn 1. So probably defensive type stuff. But yeah, Medusa has sidestep up top, and it really makes that combo work. And they have leadership, so so with 3 Medusas, you can get 9 attacks off turn 2 with a couple of transporters. So if you can carry up turn 1, and this is not game turn 1. This is just a turn. You can carry up turn 1, generate 3 living hair bystanders, have all 3 of them attack, get tokens. Turn 2, you have all of them push to death, all of the autonomous pogs generate, make 3 attacks, die, push to death. All 3 Medusas attack, then they generate 3 more living hair bystanders, and then those 3 attack. So you can get 6 bystander attacks off, and then 3 regular attacks off in that turn.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. Anyways, so that's why Medusa's really great, and she's got this cool keyword called Avengers.
It's pretty obscure.
Yeah. And I guess even Ruler is fine too, right? You can play her with Groots, inserters, and that kind of stuff. I don't think there's really a ruler transporter, but with things like Voyager or Common, Black Widow, it's pretty sweet.
I think Ruler is good in a theoretical world of post-rotation, and also if Vulture isn't a problem.
Right. So...
A lot of ifs, though. I've been looking at it for a while, though.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs there, but... I think to that point... our class last month was on Vulture for our Patreons, and I think and what I talked about it in the class, and what I've talked about a little bit with the patrons is, they're probably going to do something with Vulture if he can win at Origins, or do really well. I'm not going to say he win, but if he places in, like, say, the top 4, I think that'll probably give them a look at him. And I don't know really what the fix is. It's probably just an errata to where he can just do it once, instead of just completely doing it over and over again. That's probably a fine fix for him. But I don't know. Have you thought about that, Jay, at all?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that question?
Have you thought about how they fix Vulture?
You could give him a trait that says can't be equipped. You could alter the trait that he can charge but only gets a vanilla close. You could bring DDM back. But that's pretty much all I have off the top of my head. Yeah. I say off the top of my head, but I have been thinking about that.
I was just going to say that he could just do the charge once.
That's a pretty drastic change.
No, I mean, I don't know. I just think about how would the change be worded that is simple. Okay, so if I think about you make him a can't be equipped, that doesn't really fit with the trait. If you say, I don't know, if you just think about it, whenever he KOs a character, he can use charge. You just add once per turn.
Right, but I think the problem isn't Vulture necessarily inherently as much as what the arms do to make him that much worse. Because it's literally doubling his damage output and everything, I don't know. I don't think Vulture as printed without the arms existing is a problem necessarily. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. So... I think the once per turn is fine. I mean, one character getting 4 attacks off is not so bad. That's better than him getting 18 attacks off. It doesn't completely nerf him into the ground.
He's only an uncommon prime. I don't know. I don't feel like people will be up in arms about a figure of that rarity getting nerfed as opposed to like a con or whatever,
Sure, I can see that.
I mean, he can't be that... Is he that expensive even now? Like, he can't...
No.
Like that figure can only go so high, so... I don't know.
Yeah,
no, he's not expensive at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. We used to have characters that, like, couldn't be assigned resources, couldn't be given this, couldn't be given that. I guess we have that with non-standard characters, but, like... I feel like they could do it more. Because we're getting so much equipment now.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, uncommon Thor, 031. Man, I'm just not digging this guy for much of anything. I think if you get the time gem, there's just better things to put him on. I don't know.
It's just better on the Captain America that it comes with.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So up next is 032 Eitri. I really like Eitri. He's not quite the split lip we wanted, but I guess it's the split lip that we deserve.
If only he had the cosmic keyword.
I guess, right? But we want something that can make equips free, like Split Lip did. But this guy breaks the sideline, the special object rules. You can add 3 equipments with different names of 10 points or less to your sideline. At the beginning of the game, you choose one. Then your opponent chooses one. Then you choose the third to go into your starting area. No, that's right. You at the beginning of the game, an opponent chooses one, then you choose one of the other 2. So you have a 33% chance of getting a good object in your starting area for your super fast equips. So that means you can get Mjolnir in your starting area. The symbiote. I think I do like being able to get the 4-point symbiote in your starting area, so it can't get blowed up. But you're paying you're paying 35 points to get that, though.
You're not wrong about that part. It's yeah. If he was a little more stout, dial length wise, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, really, the problem is that he's a vulture. He's a problem with vulture. He's a problem with whales quaking everybody. I mean, whales can wreck this guy. Vulture wrecks this guy. He's too soft in a full uni or partial uni matchup.
Or just a single Cyclops call-on. That's
right.
It's not like that's the most popular ID card or anything.
Yeah, and then or a Jean Grey even, right?
That's true.
Right.
Even a Wolverine rolling blades or flurrying him. I mean, 5 for 35 is always a good trade-off. Or 3 for 35 is always a good trade-off.
I feel like this could be a bit of a sleeper, though.
Yeah, I would say go ahead and get your E-Tree. He might be good at some point. 2020 meta, maybe. 033 Possessor. I dislike that the Elders don't come with their gems, but the Illuminati comes with the gems. But he's good. Penetrating Psychic Blast, right? There's another one of those in the set. You can heal him 1 click or give the hit character an action token. So it's after resolutions. That's what I like about this one. So if you're penetrating, psychic blasting a character that doesn't have willpower, you can see what kind of click number it's on, and then maybe choose to give it a token to push it. So that's always good.
Yeah, in a set full of Power Cosmic, he can outwit.
He can outwit Power
protected
Cosmic.
outwit pieces. So. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I play against this one in sealed. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he's strong enough that he's probably worth his 95 points. Just for that range and the attack values and the outwit.
Yeah, and then if you do get the click 0, it's really a lot to chew through in sealed.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Proxima Midnight. She was great in Guardians of the Galaxy. She's great again. Disagree?
No, I like her.
Not that it has any bearing on
quit.
sealed, but I wish she worked with her own object. But other than that, can't complain.
Yeah, I was about to say I wish she could be equipped to start the game with her spear.
Yeah, but I mean, man, I don't really see. Did we even come up with any uncommons besides Medusa that's really meta playable? Maybe the AIM White Squad.
Yeah, it's pretty much
AIM
just
White Squad.
Those two, unfortunately.
Yeah, just some things to keep in your. And these things are all uncommon, so just go ahead and bank them for later. Rares. Man, the rares are fairly stacked here. Let's just start out with rescue. Running shot. When rescue uses it after resolutions, you may knock back each hit character 3 squares once per game. When rescue hits one or more opposing characters, you may roll a d6. If you do, after resolutions, deal each character damage equal to the result. Yeah. So it's really good for squishy characters in sealed, but I really like her in competitive play starting in July.
Equipping her with the ring that gives energy explosion.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's because that ring's a light and it's easier to equip. What is it now? Is it Thunder or Pat's object? Does it give
Stormbreaker gives +2 range, energy explosion, yeah.
Yeah, but so...
It's a heavy, though.
Yeah, it's a heavy, so that makes it a little bit harder. But the light energy explosion ring's pretty sweet. So you're dual targeting energy explosion. I think I talked about this a little bit earlier. The math comes out to be in the hundreds in a perfect scenario of damage that she can do.
Is there a way to give her another lightning bolt?
Isn't there a new ring that does exactly that?
That's what I was thinking.
The
reality gem.
The reality gem does.
Oh, the reality gem. Okay, none of the rings doesn't
And the
do
flex,
that. Okay.
too.
Yeah, none of the rings do, though.
I was getting confused.
I guess you could always
with
call
the older ones.
Yeah,
I guess was it the Storm ID gives you extra lightning bolts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you can call in Storm.
Yeah, one storm gives energy explosion, and the other gets you to triple target, which is good. I think Proxima Spear could be good too. Just that extra damage or the immobile, so they're just like really you hit them with incapacitate and you damage them a bunch, and they can't do anything at all. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So does this other stuff though.
Right. No, that's playable too, for sure. I mean, and she's got energy shield, deflection, and invulnerable defend. Those are all useful combos of powers.
We need a new Riddler named just Enigma to work with this.
Yeah, there we go. Enigma with his little with his box, his little clue box to take away all the powers.
Oh man.
So, Dr. Minerva.
I was surprised you'd just skip it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can skip
I think
it.
her and Elektra. We already talked about Elektra.
Yeah, we did. And Okia is Sam's
Okoye.
Okoye. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not a Wakandan pronouncing person.
You've watched the Black Panther movie. I mean, you should know.
I should know, right? I watched the movie once.
Just once, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
I know. But 65 points, leadership, generates pogs, war rhinos are sweet.
Oh man.
10 attack, quake, let's rock and roll. And what I do like, compared to like say Stegron, is that she can double power, make the 2 war rhinos, and she's got freaking willpower.
Yes.
So she's not pushing to make all these pogs. So she can make them and rock and roll.
Yep, I just played her tonight. Always double power action, turn 1.
Yep. Generate those war rhinos.
I like the fact that like pretty much anything in this set's going to hit her to that last click. That's a monster of a click.
Big O 19 defend, close combat expert 11 attack with steel energy. Nothing to be concerned about there. And the defend can help that Warren Jin Wakanda theme team, SEAL team get that +1 defense too. So I love this next piece, 039A. I wish it wasn't a rare. 40-point sealed prob, Avengers, and then it's got But now his thing only works with friendly characters with the aim keyword. Consider other friendly characters within 3 squares in line of fire to be adjacent while using enhancement and power, leadership, or support. But 40-point prob and sealed, not a lot to complain about there.
With leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's pretty sturdy with his mastermind.
It's just too bad that they didn't give the aim dude the Hydra team ability that they used to. Those were good times.
Yeah, I guess these technically aren't the bad guys, right? These are the good aim.
But they do get the Hydra keyword.
Yeah, I guess.
Word, yeah.
That's weird. I don't know how sometimes game design comes up with that stuff, but...
Well,
they're so cheap, though. I do understand it from a balance perspective. I'd rather the team ability not be there and they be this points. It's actually pretty much fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I agree with that. Enigma. I guess if you're trying to field Enigma and Iron Patriot together, you might have had some bad pulls.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said in the primer. Like, yes, you can combo them, but if you are, that's not a good situation.
Right. For sure. And here, I mean, man, we've gotten pretty decent combos of the regular figure and the primes in this set. Falcon, so the rare Falcon gets to generate the Red Ring Pog, which is great for a Pog. This Falcon gets to use Hypersonic, Energy Shield Deflection, choose a friendly character named Captain America, Falcon, or Red Wing, and choose a standard power that character can use. Falcon can use the chosen power. So if you pull it with the rare Captain America, you get prob. You can always choose Precision Strike off of the Red Ring Pog. Anything else you guys want to add on that one?
I mean, even just getting super senses is pretty good, assuming you have no other powers, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was, when I played it, that's what I picked almost every single time. Like, maybe Precision Strike once. But by the time he got hit, like, by the time you lose Hypersonic on dial, your stats aren't good enough to bother anyway. At that point, you're just, like, hoping to evade some attacks. So, pretty much all super senses all the time.
Yeah, and that stop click gets him gain immune.
Yeah, that's one you're probably going to want to make sure you can explain to your opponent, because that one is it's a not a frequently used game term in game.
Right. It's what you get turn 1. It's the
Yep.
first turn immunity, essentially. So, the Prime Falcon. I actually got to play with the Prime Falcon in Sealed. Ignores characters, generates Red Wing, has leadership for Red Wing, or Cap Falcon and Captain America, essentially. Close combat expert that can be used with charge. Energy shield deflection. Autonomous if you pull him with the rare cap, which is exactly what I played together. I played the rare cap and the Prime
Oh,
Falcon.
damn.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
And he ignores characters for movement. But this comes into the Prime. You're likely not to get the Prime. But if you do, the Prime Falcon is certainly playable.
Well, and the fact that he could theoretically go every single turn with the pseudo Red Wing leadership thingy.
Right. For sure. So, 042 Black Bolt. Ignores, hindering, shoots out of adjacency.
In and out of adjacency.
Right. And he comes with the reality gem. So, +1 Bolt, and TK, and Perplex. I mean, you're probably playing this guy at 150 points, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Possibility of an Illuminati theme team.
Reasonable?
Or Inhumans.
Yeah,
Because you could try it in humans.
Yeah. Well, and he's going to come with the reality gem, right? So, penetrating psychic blast, when Black Belt uses it with the reality gem equipped, you may instead target any number of opposing characters within range and line of fire. If you do, instead of normal damage, each hit target is dealt his printed damage value. So I get that it's not a pulse wave, but it is a pulse wave in that it targets everybody within range and line of fire. And they all get dealt 3 damage. With what would be the perplex putting into a 13 attack.
Yeah.
Or upping his range. I'm not, and it's Psyblast.
Yeah.
Black Bolt strong.
I do feel like I would be putting Perplex into defense a lot of the time, though, considering Psychic Blast is a thing.
Yeah, that's true. If you can get this guy on a theme team, playing him with the old Wakanda map.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The Wakakanda. Since he ignores hindering and your opponent's not likely to, that is a good solid play. Keeping him up at a 20-21 defense the whole game.
There's not really many hiding spots in that map either, so.
Sure. Yeah, that is fair. Then the next Gym Bearer, that's just a play the Gym Bearer, the rare Captain America. Starts out with Prob, basically, for 100 points. Combat reflexes, energy shield deflection, one or the other, charge, running shot, sidestep, leadership. When he does it with the time gem equipped, he can remove it from anybody on the map that's friendly.
In addition.
Yeah.
Yeah, in addition. Yeah.
As well. So you're potentially getting 2 tokens off.
Yeah, he's just great.
So. Yeah, I played him and you played him, Jason.
Yeah.
I played him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very happy.
Yeah, these last half of these rares are really solid, I think.
I mean, it's a 20 with Prob and sealed. Like, how can you go wrong?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Next up, another Gym Bearer in Namor. And he comes with the Power Gem.
Mm-hmm.
So, +1 damage, charge, flurry. Charge, but a flurry only when he has the time gem. But I would say you might be playing him at 75 with the power gem, just depending on the rest of your pools.
I don't know.
I'm saying just depending on the rest of your pools.
Could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Battle Fury. He's going to be hitting for 5 damage on that top click on the 75-point line.
Yeah, and then he's got, and it's penetrating, right?
If they have a range value of 5 or more.
Well, that's how he gets the +1 damage too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think, Jay? Sounds like you had a little different opinion, a little too short-lived for you.
Yeah, because the problem is he doesn't come with the time gem, so you're not getting the charge flurry. And then I feel like the lower, 75 point, it's way too short, I think, for the points. I mean, of course, if you just have pulls that aren't that great, sure. I personally pulled him, and I played the power gem just on somebody else.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's just, but that was just my experience.
That's solid. No, that's nothing wrong with that.
He's only a rare. It's not like it's a super rare and you're like, oh man, I'm not playing my super rare. It's, you're only not playing a rare at that point. But I can definitely see pros and cons, especially, I don't know, depending if you have TK, depending on how high your map roll is, depending on, it really depends. But
yeah. Especially if you can pull him and play it on this 045 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, Spider-Man. Jason, you tell us about how much you love this Spider-Man
God,
you take the floor here.
I love this Spider-Man. He's so good starting now. It's like everything I've ever wanted to get. I think in a Spider-Man finally. Gosh. Yeah, just a full move, flurry. He's got 12 attack and 4 damage and shape change and super senses and a reducer. I don't know what else I could ask for, really. I was just in love with him. He's really good in sealed, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play him at 85. I just don't. He only has that movement power for one click at 85.
Right.
And
then
you're
also
change.
giving up on the incredible defenses.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play him at 145 if you're going to play him.
Yep. And then if you can give him a power gem, even better.
Yeah, the trait's really nice, especially on off turns for defensive. Yeah, I was super happy to play him. He's really fun.
He's not fun when you crit miss, though, right?
Nothing's fun when you crit miss.
maybe give him the time gem.
Yeah, maybe.
So
it wouldn't hurt to have prob. That would be a nice power to add into that suite.
I agree.
I just wish there was good stuff to wildcard in the set.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could I was wild carding Avengers, and it's just giving +1 movement.
Yeah, the +1 move's about the best thing, I guess, to give him. So his reach is just goes to
it goes to a 10.
Go to a 10.
A movement, and then the 2 with the giant reach for the flurry. So
yeah, it's half the map.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just got to make that count. Rare Enchantress. Mind control, shape change. Roll d6, have the result, and then you can choose Outwit, Perplex, and Prob. So you can get one of them at a minimum, 3 of them at a maximum. For a rare, at 90 points probably. I don't see any downside there.
I don't know, for 90 points, no move and attack, just the support powers, I don't know. I'd rather just go full points and get an attacker.
Yeah, I can see that. But, I mean, she's solid, right? And Mystics in Sealed is good because there's no Colossal Retaliation in this set.
Yeah, you know what? I could see the merits of just pushing her onto that 19, Stealth 19 prob with Mystics. No matter what she's doing, and Barrier, no matter what she's doing at that point, you're just really upset that you're playing against it.
Right. Yeah, and she can throw off enough stuff. Yeah.
And the lack of willpower is definitely... It's offset enough by the trait, so, yeah.
Yep.
That is the world burns trait, whatever, because it didn't specify.
The rule is the world burns, yeah. Titania. I'm disappointed it doesn't come with the power gem. And you've got a pretty mediocre charge super strength piece.
Illuminati keyword, though, is a thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. Astronomer. I think this is the first piece that's probably playable in competitive in the rare slot. Now, of course, all the gems these guys come with are playable in competitive. And then the AIM Blue Squad we've talked about, and Rescue. But this is probably one of my higher pieces. Cosmic TK twice. Yay. +1 defense. Yay. Prob, 11 range. Yay. Starts with any one of the Infinity Gems equipped. Yay. Which gem would you put on him?
I think if you're not putting power, I mean, you can choose at the beginning of every game, but I feel like power is the most likely for what you're probably going 12-5 at that point.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Either one of them, I mean, he's already got TK, so the reality gem is a little redundant.
And
you already have...
Gem.
Yeah, I was going to say time is redundant.
Yeah, time's redundant.
Space, you're TKing anyway. You're not going to taxi.
Sure. Yeah, I would say probably the power gem.
Yeah, he's like uni stats for half the points at that point.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that guy a lot. Yeah, he's just great. I mean, I maybe would have preferred an 18 impervious like the collector gets, but you can't have your cake and eat it too, I guess. Considering all the other value this guy brings. Oh, and the improved targeting elevated. That was the other thing I was thinking of.
And hindering, yeah, that's really something.
That's ridiculous for 75 points. For that guy to actually be an attacker, right? He's a good point for ID card battery, ing, like our old good Bork is, and he's just solid by himself.
Well, and just the what's it called? The versatility of getting to pick your gem every single game is just so, so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Now, do those have to be on your sideline? Or are those just
no, those are from outside the game.
Those are from outside of the game. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's not like the Uru Forge or whatever.
Right. So you can just have all 6 gems on your...
7. Oh, you know what? Ego could be good too. Well, I think about it.
Yeah, just +1 to any stat. Now, I really like the Gardener. But I wished he was 50-55 instead of 45-50. Just because he is Smoke Cloud, and then he can just be a 50-point good perplex piece. That's a really good ID card battery, and a pretty cheap cosmic support piece, like literally the power support. But I think he falls short a little bit in those areas otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know, he just needed like a little bit to cost more and then get associated stats or dialect or something. He's just a little short.
Now the Traitor. I think this guy should be called the Traitor. No one? Because he's going to steal your objects? Yeah, anyways. So, the main use I've seen with the Traitor so far is you can play him with Kobik that gets her a cube, and it's about the most effective way to pull off the double action token Cosmic Cube situation. So let's talk about that. Free, choose an equipped character friendly or opposing within 3 squares in line of fire. If Traitor is equipped and both equipments have equipped any, those equipments are now equipped to the other character. So just a little bit further detail on that. The Cosmic Cube is equipped any, so you can activate the end cap feature on the Cosmic Cube, give them an action token, swap it, do it again, give them the second action token, then the next turn after they clear, Traitor does the give them an action token, swap it over to Cubic, do the same thing. So that's the least chance that your Cosmic Cube will be taken. Does that make sense? Did I explain that clearly?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I still feel like it is the cheapest option, but I feel like it's still too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
That's
saying
100 wait, what is that? 165?
Yeah. I'm not saying it. Well, I mean, but you think Cubic has Perplex and Traitor has Perplex, and Cubic can call out good ID cards, and Traitor has Prob, and so it's not like it's totally terrible. But so I mean they're good otherwise, but if you run into that full point matchup, they can just lock down that opponent and they can't do anything. So, no, I really like it. I really like it as an option. I think if I was thinking about playing a full point OMA at Nats, I would be concerned about the Cubic and Trader combo or the Cubic and random gauntlet on the field, or random cube on the field situation, completely locking me out of the game.
Well, the line of fire thing is kind of a big deal because like Uni gets stealth, but although I guess there are maps without any hinder.
No. You can make Cubic and Trader switch.
Oh wait, that's just adjacent, right? Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the end cap thing is just adjacent. There's no line of fire required.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
So Uni can pick stealth all he wants,
right?
Or Black Panther or Goblin King or whatever. They're taking the damage, or they're taking the tokens.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I think that's my sleeper pick. The reason that an OMA will have trouble at Nats. But stuff happens, right? Corvus Glaive's our last rare. And I think it's kind of disappointing. Convince me otherwise.
I mean, he's good enough for sealed. Otherwise, this is not a competitive dial.
Right. So here's what I would say at this point. We can rank these. From here on out, it's like if you pull a super rare in sealed, you're playing it. Would there be any super rare you wouldn't play in sealed?
I might not play Iron Man, and I would not play the Hood without any equipment, and I hate Maximus. I think that's it, though.
Yeah, but I think even if you pull them, those are probably things you just have to play anyways, because they're probably the best thing in your booster anyways.
Well, I mean, not Hood without anything on him, but otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
And Ebony
Loki
Maw,
that great?
I don't know. Loki, I think, is fine.
Yeah, Loki is fine.
Eh.
For sealed.
Eh.
What do you not like about Loki?
He doesn't move and attack.
Oh, well.
Pretty squishy for the points.
He's fairly squishy. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I feel like there should be...
I think I can find better for 170 points.
I feel like you should be able to pull at least one taxi in your like commons or uncommons for him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's four. Yeah, there's four taxis in. There's four taxis, and then there's Ant-Man in the commons to make him tiny to be carried. There's one, two. There's enough. I think you should be able to carry him.
Yeah. So competitive super rares.
I mean, for going sequentially, I think Mordo, maybe eventually, possibly Fringy.
But isn't just Prime Spider-Woman a bit better at it?
It's a good point, but I like the token options, and I like the messing with equipment stuff.
Yeah, that's
a lot.
True.
Yeah, I guess I don't see myself necessarily playing this over the Spider-Woman, but I don't know.
It's fringy enough. I like it.
Kang is like... I don't know, I want to like him.
Yeah, so... +1 free generated time portal marker in a square within range and line of fire. Free place Kang the Conqueror in an unoccupied square within range that has a time portal marker, then heal him one click. And then, so, Kang Wars, X is any number of unoccupied time portal markers on the map, place Kang, and he continues to make attacks from those things. Um, the problem is that the time squares have to be placed within, the time portals have to be placed within range and line of fire. Like, and forgive me for saying this, I guess people think I'm funny probably, but Kang's not broken enough.
It's a fair point. Like, we're in a pretty interestingly crazy point of the meta right now, like, considering what you can do.
Yeah, so I mean, if Kang was able to turn one generate a time portal marker in your opponent's starting area, and then turn two portal over and call out an ID, that's playable.
Yeah, or if this dial was just like blatantly undercosted, like if you got this for 50, that sort of thing. Like, that's a different story.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, somebody will probably make Kang work, but I'm not seeing it for me. Someone was asking me about Kang the other day, and I just don't think he quite has the oomph. I mean, I'll just say it, he's just not broken enough, right? There's plenty of other crazy crap that we can do. And what's his death effect? Do we know what his death effect is?
Yeah, when he's KO, blah, blah, blah. At the end of each opposing player's turn, that character rolls a d6, 4 to 6. That character may remove an action token from one of their characters.
Oh,
it's pretty bad.
Yeah. And then sequentially, what do you think next after Kang?
Doggo, for sure.
The Doggo?
Yeah, I mean, like overdrive, but has phasing.
Mm-hmm.
Post-rotation sort of thing.
Yep.
And then I think the only other one that's notable... Challenger is like maybe... And then, like, I don't think we even need to mention the Collector, because it's the Collector.
Right. We know the Collector's good. I want to win a map this week already with the Collector. But yeah, he's great. I didn't even get to collect with the Collector, and he was still good.
Yeah, his stats are just good enough for attacking and sealed.
Yeah. Well, no, I played him in competitive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with your win map, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with him with the Reality Gem, he's got TK and Perplex and dual target in cap, steal your object. So, just whenever you play this guy, you just gotta say, I'm about to steal. That's a hip joke for the 40-year-old Jason that's probably asleep on the line.
I'm not asleep, and I don't get your reference.
Oh, man. Nate White gets another Grandmaster. So, deal the attacking character 1 penetrating damage. Now, I think if they dealt the attacker 1 unavoidable, that would just be better. But it's 1 penetrating damage, so like most of the clicks just say, whatever, I've got invincible because I'm worried about shredders, at least for another month. So maybe 2020 meta on Grandmaster, and
I just don't see it. I mean, actually, now that I look at him again, he's exactly enough points to call him that new Storm. So
right.
That does instantly make me reconsider.
Yeah, I mean, and so he's probably later this year meta. The Mind Gem gives him mind control and incapacitate.
Oh, you know what? Actually, it's one of the better 10 plus roll effects, I think, and you can play Trelane with it too, with
right.
prob.
Yes. So what I would say is like this, all of these gems, and I wanted to talk about this when we get to the gems. All of the gems are fantastic with Trelane, to play on a team with Trelane. Because your capability of rolling a 10 plus just increases with that guy. And if you're rolling 1s or 2s with Trelane, then you're helping your team out by staying alive.
I like the combo of giving your opponents the 1s so they miss and take the damage.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the last note I have on Super Rares is, why is the runner better than every flash that's been ever made? Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
So let's go through the last bit here. Chases. If you pull a chase and sealed, you're probably playing it. They're all just good enough to be played.
Yeah.
I mean, even Star Brand, which is the worst of the chases, just has a 19 defense and can protect your team from hypersonic.
Not that there's an incredible amount of it in this set, but yeah, there's just enough.
Just enough.
Yeah.
I
think the only caveat is that while you are going to play all the chases, I think you don't give the Red Skull his own cube necessarily. Like, it might just be better to give out to others because he can drop it. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, because he doesn't have the cosmic keyword and he can lose his own cube.
But then you're paying 215 points, so, like, I don't know what else you are playing at that point.
No. You probably give the cube to one of your teammates' teams.
Yes, that's also a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's going to get stolen in this environment. I think you need to have, like, for that to happen, it would need to be, like, a TK and, like, a movement all the way up. Like, it's not happening, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kobik is definitely underestimated.
No, Kobik I think is really good. She's got perplex, probability control, 19 defense, and shape change and super senses. She is definitely playable, main force, competitive play. I think she will definitely be seeing play at Nats.
You think so?
Yeah. Either with either with Trader or just with cosmic good stuff.
I mean, PJ also just want to win a map tonight with her, so
right.
You know.
I mean, she just has a really good combo of support abilities for 115. You know, pair her with the Doggo, pair her with the Trader, with the Collector. You know.
How playable do you think the switch out trade is, though?
It's not yet.
Yeah, I pretty much agree.
But it will be in the future, right? So I just picked up my Kobik for $75.
Not bad.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I've seen a couple of them going for like 60, 70. This is another one of those, like, Kobik's rewrite history is not meta yet, but by gummy, I can see it being there. You need to get your Kobiks. I'm not saying go, pay $150 for one, but don't be going and trading it away after the set releases just to get a Star Brand or something like that.
Yeah, I think if you're going to get any one chase, it's probably either Kobik or Panther.
Yeah. Iron Man and Captain America, the two gauntlet bearers. Auto plays and sealed.
Yeah.
Beware that Iron Man's gauntlet's a trap. Because if you roll 1 or 2s, you're going to start crying.
I think rolling it is pretty much... It's you need to make a play happen sort of thing, or desperation play.
Yeah. You're not just picking it... I don't think you're picking it on defense turns that often. You're not just like turn 1, pick stealth. You know. Captain America... he could definitely be the new form of kind of don't die tech.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe you don't even start him with his Infinity Gauntlet.
I think without, I don't know how much I like him without willpower.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just thinking from like the perspective, if you put something defensive on him, like just a symbiote or something like that. Just how much more you don't want to try to sink 6 attacks into something with shape change. Or, Mini Slayer Super Senses. Something like that.
It's agreeable.
Yeah. Chase Panther. Do you think we're going to see double Chase Panther teams?
I don't think it does well enough against the current field.
Yeah, I mean, because there is just a lot of close combat available.
Yeah, or I don't know, uni shoot, or I guess not uni shooting, but I don't know. I don't know if you can get a high enough theme roll to like guarantee that you get enough printed hindering. Like, I don't know, Hawkeye probably beats you on map roll, like, I don't know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they've got Battle Fury. That it just really helps them, it really keeps them from having one of their hyper taxis do theft for them.
Yeah, if only Voyager could carry Battle... Well, Pip can, but doesn't share a keyword, but yeah, not on theme,
Right.
sadly.
Mm-hmm. And then the last thing to talk about before we get into our listener questions, Mr. Ultra Chase. Oddly enough, the Ultra Chase is about the neatest thing I've seen with the Kobik rewrite history, so that you can get the free Screet prog. But the Thanoses are too far off in points to really make it a point efficient. So that's really my thought. The thing with his Perplex, getting rid of Protected Outwit, there's one problem with all of that. Either you guys want to guess?
What was the question?
What's wrong with Thanos' Perplex power? Or what's wrong with Thanos from using his Perplex power? No? Nothing? Stealth. So, I mean, it's just defeated so easily when he can't target somebody with the Perplex.
Yeah, it's not worth it to give him that new stealth busting ring because you're not... actually, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're not giving him he's not starting with the Ego Gem, right? I mean, maybe it is, but that's a bit slow, and then you can kind of see that coming.
Right, and also, like, I don't know, I think he's just too expensive.
Yeah. Point-wise, the cost, the dollar value doesn't even really matter for this discussion.
No, I was purely talking points.
Yeah.
If he had Top Dial Invincible for 110, I could, like, argue it, but as is, I don't know.
Right. I agree. So let's get into our listener questions, and the first question we'll talk about the gems. So other than the Ego Gem and the Infinity Gems, Giordano asked this question: do you think any of the other objects from the set will be meta, or does the looming presence of the future Mandarin rings makes most of this set's objects obsolete? I'm gonna say no. So
they're all good.
They're all good, and the Mandarin rings are all good. I don't think taking turns to double equip Mandarin rings is probably a bit too slow. But I mean, I'm going to pull up the con thread. Right.
Yeah.
Except for, like, the one that gives mind control is a thing, but that's pretty much the only similarities as far as I remember.
Yeah, I was going to look at the Mandarin rings again real quick. But 10 points Perplex TK is really good.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of teams probably want that TK.
Yeah.
I think that was on the old one.
You sure?
Did it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm scrolling the evidence thread here.
It at least gives you like that free move at 3 squares or something.
Yeah, it gives you the free move. I don't think it's an actual TK though.
Hey, with that,
Maybe a spin or whatever.
I thought maybe that was like that plus TK. I can't remember. I'm maybe wrong.
Yeah, I mean I just think they just do different stuff. They're in a different class with each other. Is really the...
No, spin, yes. I'm seeing spin now. TK and then the free thingy.
Yeah, there you go. 5-point TK.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't... But 10 points, you get to Perplex on top of that.
Well, sure, I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah. I
Good
mean,
standards both.
I'm just saying it's a wonderful world where they can exist together.
Tons of good options.
Yeah. There's no issue with them coexisting together, Giordano.
I mean, separate from the Mandarin Ring issue, I just don't know how I feel about 30-point light equipment objects in general.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that there's 6 rings in the ego gym, or six gems in the ego that are all playable. I mean, that's fine. And the thing is that so the 6 are playable. The 7 gems are playable by themselves, but the other 4 are playable on the characters that can come with them. So, like, you're right. I don't see you playing an Infinity Gauntlet by itself, but I can also see, you know, the characters that they come on, Cubic and Captain America, just being played on the main force. So, all 11 are good for different reasons. They're just not strictly put it on. They're not all just strictly put it on uni pieces. So, Brian Poland wants to know, what are your opinions on using different teams for grinders than you plan to use for Nats?
Good for multiple reasons.
So I generally go into Nats with a pretty set team. And my thought is unless you're unset on a team, I find myself being able to get too easily confused. So if I'm playing a team that requires a certain set of steps, and then I try to grind for a couple days on a different team, then I go into the big event on the other team, that's probably too much back and forth for me to be 100% effective where I like to be. But Jay, you said that it was fine for you to do that? Like, you were okay with doing that?
I mean, I like the idea of, well, I don't know. I guess you need a little bit more context. Like, is this to practice other teams to maybe see how they work? Is this if you're not sure? But I think in general, I just think learning how different teams work is good. And I theoretically like the idea of kind of, I don't know if I want to advocate for, like, messing with the field, but, like, I don't know, playing something that's kind of, like, not that great, and then people seeing it, and then, I don't know, spending mental energy. I don't know. Like, I like...
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't like it from the perspective of, obfuscating your play. Because, I mean, I think, here's what I would say is, my point is, Clickstuff was created to remove the fog from the meta. And you're not really hiding anything from somebody by not playing your full team in a grinder. Especially if you need to grind in, play your best team. But if you're just going there for practice and want to try to win some cons or whatever, then sure, probably play whatever. But just be aware of the effect on your mental energy.
I wasn't even thinking to hide your own team. I was thinking as far as maybe get people to start thinking that that stuff that's not necessarily going to be played is played. Like, I don't know. It's not necessarily a good thing. I'm just saying that there is a theoretical argument to be made about that idea being good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm not advocating. I'm just saying that you can argue that it can be useful.
Yeah.
I mean, for myself, I would generally be looking to. If I'm grinding, I want to do as well as possible. Like, nobody should be changing their team just because they saw one person playing it. That doesn't make sense in a field that's going to be like 100 plus, possibly. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
So,
Jason, you have any thoughts?
I would just play the team I was going to play. The more reps, the better.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to start getting into something else. No. like you said, and then getting things confused, and I just play the team I'm going to play and just get more practice in with it.
Yeah. Christian Bojan writes in, which Elder of the Universe is your favorite, meta or casual? I'll chime in. Meta, Collector, Fringe, meta, which is casual for me, is the Astronomer.
Collector seems fun.
Yeah.
I think I'll be my...
I think Collector is the obvious answer. I do like the idea of trying to make Challenger work. I love the idea of playing Champion in casual because he just hits things really hard.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to play them all together.
Yeah, I went out of my way to get a Champion pool for post-retirement fun just because all the Elders look great, and also Voyager can carry him. That fixes his one problem for casual.
Right. Did you have a casual one, Jason?
Not really.
Gotcha. George Himes, how do you feel about no print and play at tournaments? I'm okay with it. WizKids is doing better on their product replacement team. And I think that it raises the professionalism of WizKids tournaments.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, that's just for Modern, where you can actually have access to the stuff. If Golden Age stuff starts to come around again, then that's a different story, because you're not going to be able to easily go back and get another, a super rare whatever card from 2012. So I feel like print and play stuff for Golden Age or Rock Age stuff is fine, but the no print and play for Modern Age is fine.
As long as WizKids does better.
As long as WizKids does better, which they have proven several on Facebook that I've seen from reports that they are getting better. So kudos to that team for that. So if anyone wants those examples, I'll be glad to point them in the right direction. Jay, do you have an opinion as a head judge?
I'm sure that they just legally had to, because
Right.
I know a couple of years ago there was an interview with Justin, and he said, like, we really need people to stop doing it. And it's like, obviously, it's not quite in their control, because, how much, it's really not that much of a resource investment to just put up a PDF or whatever, right? Like, there's obviously a reason. There's no good reason other than they literally have to, as far as I can tell.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? They can just be completely bound by their contracts. Weston Steiner, be it because of the dial or the character selection, what is your favorite character from the set? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man for me.
Jay?
I'm just combing through because I'm so muddled up with this set at this point.
Now, there is no Alan Scott in the set, so...
Sadly, there's nothing even close. I want to say, off the top of my head, probably Ace Cap, just because I feel like you can play him in both competitive and casual. Like, he's 150 points. Yeah, he has to be hit a bunch, but, like, I don't know. I guess, of course, I picked the one... the free barrier character after you mentioned Alan Scott, so that's pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah, I just like the idea of playing, like, the Cap and the double knockback She-Hulk. It just seems like stupid fun. I don't know.
Right. Then the Multipleheim Lake or whatever as well.
The Jotunheim Lake, yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing the new God of War, and I'm in Multipleheim right now, I think. So,
Careful of those Surters.
You know what? It's fun. It's actually, he's the fire giant, fire giant, so... anyways.
Oh, I was just talking about HeroClix. I don't know that game.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Asgardian lore is what the game's based around. And they actually talk about Surtur. And Sam was like, wait a minute. Isn't that a HeroClix Marvel thing? And I'm like, no, it's more like Marvel is a Norse god lore thing.
Yeah.
But to answer the question, this is a situation where HeroClix drives my comic reading, and I'm just, it's an easy up for me to say the Ultra Chase Thanos. I want to read by what world does Thanos have support, and so that seems like a compelling story for me. Thanos should always have the opposite of support, the death version of support.
They've made that a special power in the game before, so they can do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I actually sat down with Marvel Unlimited and been reading all the Illuminati stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, I've read most of the other stuff where they, like Iron Man gets the gauntlet and, Chase Cap where he pushes the planet away and that kind of stuff. I've at least read the synopsis of that kind of stuff, but I want to read the story of the Ultra Chase Thanos.
It's a good series.
Yeah.
You should definitely read it.
It's on my list now. Michael Holloway writes, it's been a while since we had any pack changes. Do you think we need any? Should Perplex go back to how it was? It went away when the dial was clicked. How about Outwit? Do you think we should be able to outwit combat abilities? Is leadership too strong? So this one's a hard one for me, because I have been very happy with what WizKids has done as far as simplifying the rules. So I think as long as they keep it simple, that gets more new players into the game. I don't know. It's that one's hard for me to say. The Perplex, I think, made Perplex really good. Leadership, is leadership too strong? No. Yes and no.
I'm glad
right?
that it matters.
It matters. It didn't matter before.
I'm totally fine with all three powers that he mentioned, how they are.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, I think Outwit is really strong now, but, that's kind of necessary, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I think there are definitely pack powers that get improved.
But they just make, Smoke Cloud free.
Power Action Slow Code is just always a waste of time.
Yeah.
Except when it's Tempest. You can deal penetrating damage, but that's about it.
Right, but that's not standard. That's a special version. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think I just don't know. Actually, is there even any leap in this set? I don't think there is. But
Yes.
leap is just such.
Spider-Man
a waste
has
of
it.
time.
Spider-Man has Leap Climb.
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about the best figure in the set. Good
Yeah.
for me. But that's also not standard leap. That's that's just essentially, oh boy, I have improved movement.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but it's basically improved movement. The power could also be improved movement, charge, but don't have movement.
Yeah, they made the troll that had the charge with improved movement. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But, he does get the breakaway bonus, and he can punch up elevations, so.
Yeah, but you're also going to have giant reach generally anyway, so the elevated is kind of redundant.
That is true. Dustin Cravens, I feel like the reason behind no print and play is because of things like the Mandarin Ring. This one really made me excited when he wrote this in. If you could print and play, then all of the old ones would basically be the new ones. I think that means they could be getting ready to re-release other things as well. Thoughts? Give me back them power batteries. Gimme.
I'm in favor of any cost-cutting measure within reason, and, if it makes it easier to get interesting new stuff, why not?
Yeah. Re-release the power batteries. Gimme.
Oh, God.
We're due for like a Green Lantern set anyway, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, or like give me the Book of the Skull again or the Phoenix Force and make it work to where it's a sign and equip and you get lots of cool things going on again.
Well, it's funny you say that because there is a section in the rule book or the comp about equipment resources which have never actually existed. I don't know where they were going with that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I get it. I mean, if they can reuse molds and that kind of stuff, then I'm all for it. I love the fact that they're redoing the Mandarin rings.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Let's see, what did Dustin play? Dustin played something a couple of years ago, and he was a big fan of one of the resources. I forget what it is now. I'm sorry, Dustin. But Nathan Deal, our challenger or champion competitive possibilities. Can we just know?
I mean, no to champion for sure.
Yeah, I mean, champion, just, yeah. Challenger, maybe. I want him to work really badly. But man, he can be double tapped with penetrating damage should he get off that top dial. And that's probably the problem with him. He's like right there on the fringe of fringe.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Michael Fitzpatrick, if this set sells out quickly and becomes hard to get, what are your picks for the must-have click in each rarity? CUR, Chase, and Prime. Ooh. Common, Black Widow. You guys throw out your comments.
I mean, I wasn't going to say Black Widow because that requires another game element, which is rare. I was just going to go Voyager.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't need anything else.
Yeah, I play a little bit differently than you guys. Uncommon? Can I switch out my uncommon for another common pick?
I mean, Medusa is like...
Yeah, Medusa, yeah.
But also, like, I don't know, it's pretty necessary to play it in multiples, but I don't know.
I would probably say Eitri. Like, if I can only have one.
That's fair, especially because he's unique.
Yeah, so, rare... probably the reality gem bearer, Black Bolt.
I mean, I'm gonna go with an answer that's not what Jason's gonna say. So,
what would you go with?
Probably astronomer.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I would just think I would get more use out of the reality gem.
I can't disagree with you, but I also don't want to be redundant.
That's true.
And Jason's going to say a shocking twist, and it's going to be, I don't know, Titania or something.
Yeah, I'll say Traitor.
I set you up to say Spider-Man, you dick.
Yes, I'm going to say Spider-Man. For me,
there you
it's going to be
go.
Spider-Man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Super rare. I'd have to have that collector.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could only have one.
I'm going to go Doggo, just because, like, I think Animal's theoretically playable and just generally useful. Even on non-theme.
Right. Prime. Which one of the 4 primes are you taking?
Common, for sure?
I like Falcon.
I think I would take the super rare prime just because I like mystical pieces. And, I don't foresee myself taking the common prime just for competitive. Because I usually don't like to get that close to my opponent.
That's a good point.
So, last would be Chase. If you could only have...
I'd want the Captain America just cause. But
I would say Kobik.
To not be redundant, I guess the only choice left is Black Panther. But if I was not being redundant, I might want to say Captain America. It's really hard to. It's a difficult choice between him and Kobik.
Yeah. So how annoyingly great is that certain gym bears, cube wielders, gauntlet wearers get a bonus by owning verse versions of their equipment or all gyms? Means wallet crushing. Yeah, it does. It is wallet crushing.
yep.
I just feel like in general for competitive, you probably just want to own as many options as possible anyway, because you never know what's going to become good. Like, I want to pick up I already picked up the Red Skull Cosmic Cube because I don't want to worry about it shooting up in price later. So
Right.
I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like you could realistically get by with just the gems, and there's super rare at the highest. Like you don't need the ego gem for your pick a gem character, really.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Trent Murillo, I think we already answered this one. Basically, you can pick a gem for each different round.
Yep, and they don't count against your sideline, like we said.
Right. And Matthew DePaz wants to know, would you equip him with the hood? Would you equip him with gems or a gauntlet?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'd probably give him... He can use all three of those powers if he has a gauntlet, right? So...
Yeah, definitely. But you're not giving the
points,
power gauntlet. You're giving him power cosmic gauntlet.
No, go with Cap's gauntlet.
Yeah.
If he had the points for it.
I don't know. I feel like paying the points for the gauntlet is just probably close enough to inconsequential that, especially because, I don't know, once you're paying 110 points or 100 points, I want willpower. I can't deal with no willpower for a third of my team. So
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. That's a good point.
Yeah, the hood is just really hampered by his lack of willpower.
I mean, that's probably how he was designed intentionally, if I had to guess. So
Right. All right, well, we have been recording a little over 2 hours, so let's go ahead and wrap up with final thoughts for today. Jay, you're our guest. You go on first.
This is a really, really, really good set, and I've had a lot of fun for Sealed, and I'm very jealous of everybody that gets to play Team Sealed because it should be incredibly fun.
Jason?
Yeah, good luck to everybody. Wish I could be there. Yeah, this is a super fun set for Sealed. I wish I could play more. I'm not going to get the chance to do that, but that's okay.
Yep. So, I hope that everything goes well for me this week and that it goes excellent and I do get to see some of y'all at Origins, but if not, that's okay too. And thanks everybody for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.